Let's look at the live visuals that are coming in of Prime Minister Modi, who is now in Anuradhapura. So Prime Minister Modi has now arrived at Anuradhapura, marking the final day of his three-day trip to Sri Lanka, which was from April 4th to April 6th. This is his first visit to the country since 2019. The Prime Minister Modi, accompanied by the Sri Lankan President Anuradhapura, will also offer prayers at the sacred Sri Mahabodhi tree. Following this, they will also inaugurate the new railway signalling system at Anuradhapura railway station, a project supported by the Indian government, as well as the newly upgraded Maho-Omanthai railway line. This marks an important part of the ongoing three-day state visit to Sri Lanka, which focuses on strengthening bilateral ties. These are the visuals that we're getting of Prime Minister Modi in Anuradhapura in Sri Lanka. Now, earlier, Prime Minister Modi also held productive talks with the Sri Lankan President, where both leaders discussed advancing cooperation in various sectors, including defence, energy and economic development. Prime Minister Modi was yesterday ceremoniously welcomed at the Independence Square, becoming the first foreign leader to visit Sri Lanka since President Dissanayake assumed office in September 2024. The Prime Minister Modi will be visiting the upgraded Maho-Anuradhapura railway line. This project is a significant component of India's ongoing collaboration with Sri Lanka to modernize its railway infrastructure. The modernization of the Maho-Anuradhapura line is expected to enhance the efficiency and safety of train operations, thereby improving passenger and freight transport between these key regions. This initiative underscores the deep-rooted partnership between India and Sri Lanka in the transportation sector. My colleague Nagarjun Dwarkanath is joining me on the phone line with more details. Nagarjun, tell us more about the projects that Prime Minister Modi will be inaugurating in Sri Lanka, the rail lines, the rail line that he will be inaugurating, and also the rail signalling system. Nagarjun, if you can hear me, could you tell us more about basically the projects that Prime Minister Modi along with President Dissanayake will be inaugurating when it comes to the rail line as well as the rail signalling system in Sri Lanka, in Anuradhapura?
Shweta, the Prime Minister just landed in Anuradhapura, is deboarding the helicopter. He will first going to the Mahabodhi temple and then the railway project would be inaugurated. Anuradhapura is the heart of it's in heart of Sri Lanka also. It's in the northern central province. As you see the visuals, he's walking the red carpet with all the state guards of Sri Lanka. They welcome him too. He's walking the red carpet. And the railway project is 128 kilometer long between Mau and Anuradhapura. And not just the railway track, the implementation was done, but also the signalling system will be inaugurated together. The project worth is around 800 to 1,000 crore is what we are told. It was given to a private company to build. The grants were given from the Indian government. So it's an Indian government-funded project. A lot of localized residents of Anuradhapura have come to witness this event as the government has funded the project. And today it's going to be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Before that, I mentioned we would be going to the Mahabodhi temple, praying to the tree, the Buddha tree there, or the Bodhi tree, which is believed that Sangamitra, daughter of Emperor Ashoka, had bought the same sapling from in India, from where Buddha got enlightened, and planted it here. It has become a spiritual hub for Buddhists. We see a lot of foreigners also who have converted to Buddhism or Buddhism come here, settle here, and pray at the temple. It's a very spiritual, religious site. Most likely every year people end up coming to Anuradhapura to pray at the Buddhist center here as well.
Nagarjun, do you see this visit as a way of reinforcing India's soft power in a way in the region, particularly in contrast to other strategic influences like China?
Shweta, could you please repeat your questions? Because of the jammers here, the voice is not okay. Please could you repeat it?
I understand, Nagarjun. If you can hear me, I'm asking you, do you see Prime Minister Modi's visit here to Anuradhapura and also the fact that he's going to Jai Mahabodhi temple, that is it a way of reinforcing India's soft power in a sense in the region when it comes in contrast to the other strategic influences like China?
Well, that is absolutely true. Prime Minister it's also a soft messaging also about how every time he has come here, he's visited the IPKF Memorial. In 2015, he did visit the IPKF Memorial and he visited Anuradhapura, the same temple. It is also a lot of posturing about how India as a country respects every culture, every ethnicity. It is not just in Sri Lanka for the Tamil nationals, the Tamil Sri Lankans, but also for the Buddhist symbolists as well. This is a big message for the community also that India stands by each and every one of Sri Lanka. The citizens are with the Indian government are with the Sri Lankan citizens, irrespective of what language and what ethnicity they belong to. They're going to their own sacred site. Sinhalese are dominant in Anuradhapura and largely in the country also. Going to their belief system, going to their pilgrimage site and offering prayers is a big messaging by the Prime Minister also that we respect every ethnicity. We are not here biased towards one group or one community as such. That actually has helped us move a lot in diplomacy is what people also are talking about. We see a lot of local residents, local Sri Lankans coming here to witness the Prime Minister and his event today, which clearly states that they have some connection with him because he also relates to their culture and their religious beliefs. And hence they have come here to welcome the Prime Minister at the railway station. Public won't be allowed at the temple for security reasons, but on the railway platform they have allowed few residents to be here, cheer for the Prime Minister, and they're already holding Indian flags and Sri Lankan flags, waiting eagerly to meet the PM.
Right. You know, Nagarjun, you spoke of Tamil nationals and the Sinhalese people there the Prime Minister Modi has pledged to work for. And there's already a lot of support, as you told us, that there were a lot of people who were there supporting Prime Minister Modi. But do you think there's a symbolic link between the visit to the Sri Mahabodhi and the cultural cooperation agreements or the people-to-people initiatives mentioned in the MOUs that were signed yesterday?
Well, it is true. It is people-to-people cultural interaction also. Like I mentioned, it's a big message that the Prime Minister is giving out that he has visited Sri Lanka 4 times as a foreign delegate or foreign dignitary since the time he took vote in 2014. Out of 4, he's gone twice to Anuradhapura, 2015, a decade back, and this time around. Last time what happened was he did offer prayers at the Maho-Omanthai temple. This time, he's also visiting Rameshwaram on the same day in a matter of half an hour. He will be visiting the temple as well as the Rameshwaram temple. It's Ram Navami back in India. A big messaging also between the Prime Minister events, between the two events that India and Sri Lanka have a lot in similarities in terms of spirituality, in terms of religion, pilgrimage, devotion also. Not just are we closely bound geographically, but civilizationally and there are similarities in terms of spirituality also. Buddha is also, who also comes from India. The Sri Lankans believe that he has come thrice to Sri Lanka, visited these places, is what they believe locally here. So Prime Minister is also walking the talk of how we respect all our neighbors, including their belief systems. And Sri Lanka is even more special as they share a lot of similarities with us, and their biggest population of the Buddhist community has their roots somewhere in India also. Hence, to put out a message that Prime Minister is going to the Mahabodhi temple, and from there he goes to the Rameshwaram temple on the same day. It's a clear-cut messaging of how the Indian government of India puts both India and Sri Lanka on the same day, 2 temples to be visited, and both ethnicities and spirituality and cultures to be respected. In fact, more than respect, I think it's bringing both the ethnicities and both cultures together.
That's absolutely true, Nagarjun.